What's up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Please follow my Instagram at Russo Lifts, just in case something happens to this YouTube channel. You can follow, message, and you can watch my daily story content on Instagram. I'll see you there. What is up everyone, it's Russo. I hope everyone is doing well. Got an ASMR. I was gonna do the Fit Aid, but I got Penta water because casualties. This is a Elevate ad, FYI, being blunt. All right, guys, so get a lot of questions in the DM box on joint pain, especially joint pain on synthetic androgens. So the title is going to be the best way to solve joint pain on TRT is Deca or NPP. So Elevate can prescribe you Deca or NPP. I'm going to be going into the limited science data around it, as well as my personal, results as far as joint pain goes with implementing both NPP and Deca, and going towards the biohacking way to implement Deca versus like the more like enhanced bodybuilding, let's blast Deca, let's get massive as fuck, etc, etc. We're shifting towards more just mitigating the joint pain here. So right, people ask me all the time, what can you do for joints, right? Well, have adequate estrogen for the water retention around the joints, and obviously you can do collagen peptides. But if you're on TRT and you're looking for a way to ease joint pain, I highly recommend using a therapeutic dosage of nandrolone phenylpropionate or nandrolone, aka Deca, aka NPP, and I would recommend sticking around like 100 to 150 milligrams a week, right? Keep it real low. We're not trying to cause all the exacerbation side effects of the higher end dosages of blasting Deca to get massive, aka it's not that good for the heart, right? Deca's the double-edged sword where it's like, man, no hair loss, it's super anabolic, it's not androgenic, there's not a lot of androgenic side effects, but man, it takes a toll on the heart, and Alec and I have discussed that ever since he started, blasting Deca and got massive as shit. We'll do a topic video. So subscribe, hit the bell, hit all, and maybe you'll stay subscribed. You constantly gotta search his channel to see if I'm uploading or not, FYI. But yeah, he blasted Deca and his heart grew a lot. We have heart scans and we'll go into that later. But at the therapeutic dosages, right, none of that is going to occur, right? They prescribe grandmas with joint pain Deca all the time. And yeah, grandmas, right, females. And that eases their joint pain later in life. So this is not uncommon, but if you're already on testosterone replacement therapy, aka Elevate, link in bio, fill out a contact request to starter. If you're on underground steroids for a long period of time or any synthetic androgen and you're suffering from joint pain, adding in 100 milligrams a week of Deca could make a tremendous difference on the pain lifting in the gym as far as outside of the gym as well, right? So keep that into consideration. I'm going to be referencing one study, which I'll have Andrew linked below. And I believe Derek has made a video on this study, so don't kill me, right? Don't kill me. I'm giving credit where credit is due. Don't come after me. But the study's titled, Nandrolone Decanate Relieves Joint Pain in Hypogonadal Men, a novel prospective pilot study and review of the literature. So you can read through this whole study if you want to. I'm going to scroll down to where it says, if you guys are looking up the study yourself, I believe it's under results. So out of 48 eligible patients, they completed the initial survey. 18 men responded to the follow-up request. So out of 48 dudes who did this, only 18 reported back. That's why I said there's like limited data on this shit. The median duration of the therapy was 62 days. So 62, meaning 73 was the longest time the person took Deca, and the median dose was around 100 milligrams a day, 110 to be exact, with some of the guys going up to 150, right? If you're using NPP, you want to dose it higher, right? So if you're blasting Deca or NPP, you're blasting 400 Deca, but with NPP, you're going 600 plus. It's the same thing with, this type of therapy for a therapeutic dosage and a biohacking perspective of just easing joint pain, right? You might need to go higher if you're going to use NPP. You might need to go lower in a longer duration if you want to use Deca. And then the mean age of all the patients was 46 years old, with a racial makeup consisting of 15 Caucasians, 2 Hispanics, and 1 African American. So that was the little tiny, study. It wasn't really big, right? But it is something to note. Of the 18 men who responded to their follow-up request, 13 reported marked improvements in joint pain, reporting a decreased need for long-standing pain medications revolving around dealing with their joint pain. Amongst responding patients, pain scores were reduced on average by 52%, even when accounting for treatment non-responders. The collective improvement in pain scores observed across the 4 subcategories was both statistically significant and profound. No adverse events were noted, aka if you're using a therapeutic dosage of Deca or NPP and you're already hypergonadal on TRT, right? You're already using exogenous androgens. There's really not a risk factor, in my opinion, of stacking up 100 milligrams to 150 milligrams of Deca or NPP on top to relieve joint pain, right? If you're already playing the longevity versus quality of life game of going on TRT, then is there really much more risk factor of adding in 100 milligrams a week of Deca on top so you can lift in the gym normally in your older years or younger years, wherever you're suffering from joint pain? Something to take into consideration. And this is a study that, although not very big and the follow-ups were kind of shitty, right? I can't believe only 18 responded to the follow-ups when 48 dudes got free Deca, right? Kind of annoying, but that's how it goes normally. It is something to note. This is something to note. This was tried in a controlled environment, and it's something to note. Is it, majorly profound in my opinion, like they state in this? No, right? Not big enough case study, not big enough at all. But it's something to note. In my personal view, from my experience with Deca and NPP, and I've blasted the shit out of NPP multiple times, right? Blasting, you're dealing with the blood pressure increase, you're dealing with the heart, the heart pressure essentially, and you're dealing with the mood dip, right? My mood gets real dipped on the high dosages, and I've talked about this on this current prep cycle as well in the past with my other play arounds with NPP. However, I will note that my joints feel amazing. It feels great to lift heavy. I can lift super heavy. I can really stress my joints out in the gym. I feel amazing, right? For powerlifting and everything, a kind of a wetter compound like that, it makes lifting heavy so much more fun because my joints don't hurt. Now I'm all like cut up right now. I've dropped the NPP completely out. I was inclining the 125s and I can feel that on my joints. It feels like 125s on my joints. If I was blasting NPP or Deca, I'd probably be able to rep them out like butter. So from my personal experience, NPP and Deca plays a big role in relieving joint pain. And I think when people ask me well, if you're already on TRT, HRT, if you're already playing the quality versus quantity of life game with that, what's the reality risk of adding in only 100 milligrams of Deca or NPP? Really not that big of a deal in my opinion, and it will make a dramatic difference in and outside of the gym with joint pain. So Elevate obviously carries Deca and NPP. You can get it prescribed, FDA legal registered pharmacy, and have oversight by doctors monitoring your biomarkers. So link in the description below. Fill out a contact request and they handle the rest all over the phone. They can walk you through the whole process, and there's also other medications you can get added onto your package, but you can 100% get Deca for your joints and it will make a difference. I wanted to bring this to light because a lot of people ask me about joint pain all the time, and I lean towards doing collagen peptides, keeping your estrogen slightly high, and having cushioning around the joints, and obviously strengthening your tendons and everything through training, not just oh, I only lift heavy when I'm on cycle, when I'm off cycle I don't lift heavy at all. The constant training of the joints and tendons will also help. But after a while, as you age, looking into a little NPP Deca therapy might be worth it if you're planning on being on T, which some people are who follow this channel. It's something to look into. Now, am I saying to go blast the shit out of Deca or NPP? No, right? There's other cascading side effects of the upper echelon dosages of these compounds, but in a therapeutic setting, like I said, they prescribe grandmas 80 milligrams a week of Deca for their joints. I don't see any reason why a recreational TRT user can't throw 100 milligrams to 150 milligrams of Deca and NPP on top to help with their joint pain. In reality, is it that much more of a risk? In my personal opinion, no at that dosage. Obviously, if you ramp the dosage up, yes. Yes, long-term heart health would be of concern, but at that micro dosage of just being therapeutic for joints, the reward could outweigh the risk. So I hope you guys learned something and check out the study below. I will see you guys in my next video.